On to you, Taurus out here. You have the Strength, the Five of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles. So what's going on? What's going on with you, right? Let's see. So for you, Taurus, a lot of you, Taurus, very much so are not really getting upset about not having anybody, being single. A lot of you, Taurus, are living out your singlehood, says the Strength, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. I see that a lot of you, Taurus, just see it like regular because not everybody is on your level in the first place. Some people, you treat them so well to the point where they just turn into monsters. And it's not anything it's not anything that you're doing. Trust me. Especially if you have some experiences, you could be treating someone fairly. You could be treating someone well. And they just turn into unleash the Kraken on you. You know what I mean? They just start spazzing on you for no reason and just start bugging. And it's the good treatment. You, Taurus, are treating yourselves well. And you'll treat other people well. You'll treat other people well. But they just don't know how to deal with the treatment. They show up defective because like a battery or something like that, or like a toy will show up defective. Meaning that like you will try to be into like you, Taurus, will treat them super well, right? Great. But this is part of what it is that I be saying when I say they're not built for it. Because you really will make them defective and start like malfunctioning because of your treatment, right? It's like they feel like they got to force the relationship and they don't really understand or peep game to the fact that they're being dominating or domineering or stifling, right? Like they don't really get, and this is what the Seven of Pentacles represents. Like you, Taurus, would naturally prefer things to progress, excuse me, naturally, right? Where the two of you choose to be with one another. But the problem that you, Taurus, are having is one or two situations. Either the person isn't putting in enough effort and is wasting your time, or the person is just trying to force the connection between the two of you because they, you treat them well, and it's like they're telling you, we need to do this, we need to do that. And it's like you, Taurus, are like, where is this person coming from? Where did this person come from? And then you don't know what happened because you, Taurus, just don't know what's going on, how they're moving, what's up with them, what's going on. Like you don't know what's going on with them, right? All you, Taurus, know is that you, Taurus, are just trying to be in love, right? And then you would just get problems like that where the person would start tweaking, they would start acting like, again, like possessive, like you're getting to know them. And see, that's where the Tower card and the Star card represent. The Tower card and the Star card represents how, wow. Okay, just making sure. But the Tower card, right, which is Scorpio, wouldn't be a Taurus video if there was no Scorpio influence. But the Tower card and the Star card represents, but it just shows how bright you, Taurus, actually are. Like you could treat someone so well to the point where they treat you poorly. And I know it sounds like off, but it really is the truth. You could treat someone so good to the point where they treat you poorly because they're not accustomed to it and because they feel like, I like this relationship. So now, and there's a lot of advantage. There's a lot of advantage to be with me. There's a lot of advantage to be with you. So they feel like you're the best person that they're ever going to get. And they know that. Not just financially, but the way that you treat them. You're the best person that they're ever going to get. And so they tried to force the situation. It's one of two things. It's either they're broken and they don't try because they figured, I'm not even going to try because I'm too exhausted and I can't take being heartbroken by you. And that's one side, right? And then the other side is, excuse me, you treat me so well to the point where I'm with you. Now I feel like I gotta force this relationship, right? That's what the Tower card and the Star card represents. I gotta force this relationship because you're the best person that I'm ever gonna get. So I can't afford to lose you because you're the best person that I'm ever going to get. Everybody else is going to be a downgrade. They don't make as much money as you, because you know the money thing is the hot topic. They don't make as much money as you. They don't make as much, you know, you don't treat them with the same kind of leniency, right? Because compassion goes a long way when you treat someone with respect, right? They don't know how to approach that situation, right? Sometimes they'll spaz out on you, Taurus, and you'll be thinking to yourselves, what did I do? Treat them with respect. What did I do? And you will treat them with respect, but again, they're not accustomed to that. So they're not accustomed to that. So because they're not accustomed to it, and they think of them, they have such a low self-image and all of that. They don't really know how to like really get at you, Taurus, and how to actually be functional in a relationship and do it the right way. So the thing is that the Five of Swords now, the Knight of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles is that, you know, and so this is where it is that you, Taurus, get the problems from, because the Five of Swords represent, here it is that they start like being driven crazy, where they start trying to drive you, Taurus, crazy. And then the things that the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles is that now it's like they have to like push marriage. And I'm glad that more of the zodiac signs, Taurus, regardless of the zodiac signs, starting to see it for themselves. Like I told y'all, because when I was saying this stuff, people used to be like, yo, the stuff that you're saying is a little bit wonky, right? At first. But then when other people started to actually have that themselves, like I've heard of it, right? Treating someone good for about a month, for like a few months, and then the person started yelling, started wilding out, and it's like that. It's like they're almost like on the hunt for you, trying to eat you, like an animal trying to hunt another animal for its dinner, right? It becomes like a hunter kind of situation, hunter versus prey. And this is what it is that I was trying to say about that situation. Like when you treat a person with respect and dignity and stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? When you treat them with respect and dignity, they can't, and they're not accustomed to that. They don't really know how to look at that. And see, the thing is that the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles speaks to how they just can offer a little bit to you, and they hope that that will get you, Taurus, to stay. So what I'm doing here for you, Taurus, is that I'm explaining to you the rabbit hole of what kind of goes on with them. And you, Taurus, are not in that place. You, Taurus, are on point, attractive, doing your thing. You know, I've talked about this before, but, you know, oh, shout outs to Retro Tarot. I'm going to post a link to her YouTube channel in the comment section below. Shout outs to her. Yeah, a lot of Taurus be looking good, like I said before. You know, I've seen a lot of Taurus individuals that look good. I ain't even gonna get into that. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is the Queen of Wands, and the high priestess, which is Taurus and Virgo. Nah, I think that's a piece of lint, but I think that's a piece of lint because my sweater is like yarn. But anyway, acrylic yarn. But the high priestess though speaks about you, and it says that you Taurus are living your life, having fun, but you're just thinking about, well, why do these situations occur? And I'm giving you an answer. I'm telling you what the answer is. It sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. And I'm glad, because I spoke to a Taurus. I'm not gonna say who. Maybe me and him will be cool again in the future, right? I ain't knocking it. I just wanted to make some things clear. But he was telling me how it is that he linked up with somebody. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, put a situation too much out there. But I'm just using that as an example. He was telling me about how he was seeing somebody, and he's out here. He got his family members in his custody, and he's taking care of his family members and everything like that. I'm not gonna say any names. Not gonna say where. None of that. And he's treating the person whom he's dating with, whom he's dating, with from what I can tell, with respect, right? And the person goes from being cool and calm. The person looks good, but the person goes from being cool and calm to being kind of cuckoo, because he was basically saying how he was like, he doesn't even get how it's such a hard flip. And I was like, I was trying to tell him, I was like, I told you. And me and him was laughing about it in one sense, because I was like, I told you. I said, don't live with them, bro. Don't live with them. Don't live with them. Like, you need to really gauge. Now, and he was like, but why do they do that? And I was telling him they do that because you treating them so good. They figure, it's like eating. It's like, I gotta eat all this up because I never know when I might be starving again. The person wanted to force my guy, my homie, into marrying her, talking about how we need to have a marriage. We need to hurry up and get married. And like, he's a Taurus. I'm not gonna say who. Don't ask me to say any names. Maybe me and him will be cool again. I just wanted to make sure that me and him don't have beef. Maybe he's still watching. I don't know. But he's basically saying, he was like, she wanted to get married, and I'm still trying to get to know her and just kind of see what type of time she on, and if she would have played her cards right from the perspective of she's attractive, but if she would have played her cards right from the perspective of being a well-rounded individual and calm and understanding, and you know what I'm saying, someone that is really inviting and overall just, right, dignified, for real. He was like, yeah, I would have married her. But she turned out to be a little bit cuckoo. And I was telling him, like, both sides do this. And I was telling him, when I would say the wild situations, some of y'all would laugh. And I don't mind the laughing, right? Because you're not laughing at me. You're laughing with me because it's a crazy situation and I get it. And it sounds like ridiculous. It sounds like a sitcom. But when you've actually dated and you really have lived, you see what I'm talking about, that it's not a sitcom. This is real life that's actually going on. Like, you can't make this up. And he was like, yeah, I see what you're saying. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, I told you. So let's clarify the high priestess. I told you. So the situation with this is that you Taurus have to pay attention to who's out here. Take your time. Don't rush into anything, and really really understand the person's brain. Think about the way they think. Think about their psychology, their concepts. Think about it. Examine who they are. Examine their mind. Examine their mental. Examine their psyche before you go deciding that you're going to actually like get hitched or move in with a person. Because I was explaining to this person, I was like, because you have too much to lose, dude. I was like, you got your family stay down. Again, I'm not going to say names or even tell you where I was talking about. But I was telling him, I was like, you got too much to lose, dude. I was like, you got to be more careful, more selective, more precise about whom you kicking it with, because you got family members who stay there, and you bringing in an individual who wants to like rush things and force and start getting on a little cuckoo. I'm like, yo, like this is the same type of stuff where a person will wake up in the middle of the night and get you up on out of the way, unfortunately, right? Delete you. So you gotta, and he was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, I told you, people like this exist in the world, Chief. So let's clarify the high priestess. People like this exist. You may think of it as being comical because you ain't experienced that yet, but you will if you date enough. I promise you, you will. You have the Queen of Cups, Four of Swords, to clarify the high priestess, Seven of Swords, the Six of Wands, and then you, Taurus, have the Devil card. Right. You have to, again, Queen of Cups, Four of Swords, you have to pay attention to see if the two of you are actually compatible. Like, what is the way you think? Like, is the way that you think fair that will benefit the both of you? And is the way that they think fair that will benefit the both of you? Right? Do they think holistically for the group, in a way where not just them can benefit, but other people can benefit, and it's a fair way where it doesn't cause super amount of disruption, where it's super outclassed and outweighed, where one person exclusively benefits in the relationship while the other person has to work until who knows when. And then the situation is that the Seven of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Devil card speaks to how, and see, you Taurus don't know. But that's why it is that you Taurus, you go and you look. That's why you understand their mentality. You understand, or you get their mentality, and you get people's different perspectives so that you can't get played. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. You Taurus are doing a very good job. You just have to be able to get out of crazy situations before they become ridiculous. Peace.